listening to the Bourbon Nerdz podcast. Today's episode, Hochatown 2.0, featuring none other than the Bourbon Whisperer in Oklahoma, Blue McDaniel.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, man? How are you feeling?
Good.
You're your first return guest that we've had, a special guest. You know, Ethan obviously is a...
I don't know about the Bourbon Whisperer part on that, but it sounds good.
I liked it.
You know,
you like that? I came up, that was on the fly.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
No, the Bourbon Pioneer, the Oklahoma Pioneer, man. We're super appreciative.
We just work hard every day, just trying to keep moving it forward.
Awesome. Well, we're excited. So we are coming to you live, or recorded when you listen to this, from Hochatown. So we're here sitting there in the bar in Blue, and we've already had a great time so far. Got to see Rod. Was excited to see him. He's still kicking out the best tour this side of the west of the Mississippi, right?
I tell you what, if you get to Hochatown and visit us, and if you don't get a Rod Davis bourbon tour, then you're missing out. I mean, and all I got to say on that is just go to the Google places, Hochatown Distilling, and read the reviews.
Yep, absolutely.
They're there. He is a master of his craft right now. He has a lifetime of preparation, coaching high school, son of a coach, principal, educator.
He could be a motivational speaker.
He is.
For sure.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
He turns it into that. I mean, they're hooting and hollering in there, and
you're born with it or you're not. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, he
absolutely.
We get so many compliments that, and this is not this is a compliment every weekend, where people tell us that, I've been on bourbon tours in Kentucky and all, and this was absolutely the best bourbon tour that I have ever been on. I couldn't believe it.
Because a lot of those Kentucky places, they have like the people who've done it for years.
Yeah, they're like
but they don't
90.
have the personality that Rod does.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Not all the time, but
we were talking about it earlier, and I just want to say it again that over the Christmas, New Year's holiday period, we had 2 weeks and 3 weekends in here, and Hochatown was packed. I mean, Christmas crowd, and then the best group we get all year is the New Year's people coming in. And Rod was just back-to-back tours, and I mean, I thought I was getting concerned,
Yeah, I was like, am I going to get the workers' comp called on me?
But man, and what the most amazing thing is he doesn't tire. He just did his first tour. He did his 2-person tour that he does at 2:00 or noon in the afternoon, and the 25-person tour that he does, at the 4:00 tour. They both get the same performance. And it's just
that's incredible.
That's important for sure.
Consistency, man, is everything. But the level that he carries himself, the energy he brings, and just fun, just a lot of fun. Yeah, my mic keeps moving around everywhere.
He has a new title. We've just given him a new title around here.
Title of Mr. Badass.
No, he's our he is our CWO.
Really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is incredible.
Yeah. Chief Whiskey Officer.
Yeah, that's great. He made the sea level now.
Yeah,
you get him a little patch.
Does he get a skybox at the Ford Center?
Rod. Hey, Rod was here. Rod tasted with Mitch and I.
Yeah.
And Rod was there when we had discussions about our profiles and our flavors and what we liked, and he was there with us. And so and then Mark Del Santos was with us, and they're both gone now, and unfortunately, but
you're carrying the torch.
But Rod has been here, and Rod,
you and Rod both.
Rod and I together, we know it, and we've been through it together.
Yeah.
So, we respect each other's ability to taste bourbon, and he gives adult supervision to the place. It's like having a principal.
It sounds like it.
I mean, I can take off and I don't worry. I'm like, man, I got the principal on board right there. All right. He's taking care of everything.
Don't act up. You'll get 2 years or 2 weeks of detention. So that's great. So, well, thank you for coming back on podcast. We always have a good time. I still think one of the best interviews we've ever done is the one that we did with you. For experience and knowledge and everything that you're doing and the fights and the battles that you're having here, in Oklahoma, to get us on the same playing field as Texas, right? Because I think you guys are making some really good whiskey, and it's only getting better. And that's the great thing about, the bourbon environment that we are. And I know a lot of people talk about the bourbon decline, so I really wanted your perspective, because I think well, I'll share my thoughts, after you give your opinion. But I did want to ask you, what are your thoughts on this crazy bourbon decline that they're talking about? And it's statistically showing, right?
Boy, you didn't hold back on anything, did you?
I like to ask serious questions.
The bourbon decline question. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not worried about it. All right, because we make our own bourbon, and the whole bourbon decline is just it's an erosion of the price point. It was built on. We had a lot of new bourbon drinkers that come into the bourbon field during COVID.
Yep. Absolutely.
And so they're exploring and trying, and the big brands, they capitalized on it. And, but, that coveted big brand that you saw during COVID as an allocated item and you had to do all the hoops and all to get it is now being sold by the pallet at Costco, I mean,
Yep.
guys,
It's
hard. Once you do that, you're
Yeah.
not, hey, you're good, but you're not elite. And I really think that our bourbon is special bourbon that people that know the story and have been through the story with us and followed us since we started. And we got a lot of people that have done that and just watched this whole process over the last 11 years. Because, like we talked last time, when we started, we didn't do any MGP. We didn't do any sourcing. The first bottle of liquor that we ever sold was a bottle of bourbon. Aged bourbon, a straight bourbon whiskey that we made, built our still, got everything put in place, pioneered it, started it. And people go, why don't you release vodka? Well, because we're a bourbon distillery and the first product we're ever going to sell out of here is going to be a bourbon that we made and we aged.
Yeah.
All right. So that was one of the standards that Mitch and I had on what we were going to do. And in turn, it gave us a safety. It kind of gave us an endpoint goal so we could figure out the process and all. And
like if you can sell bourbon, you're obviously going to sell vodka and other products.
Well,
right?
we've added a vodka, and it's a good vodka.
It's an excellent vodka.
Yeah,
You're underselling that. I think it's phenomenal.
No, it's very good.
Just as good or better than Tito's? Easy.
Oh, that's not even a question. And
I'm just saying, because a lot of people, I've noticed everyone gravitates towards Tito's now just because it's affordable.
Their marketing is, and it's a Texas thing.
Everyone wants Tito's and vodka, man, or Tito's and
it's a Texas thing, but there's no reason why an Oklahoman, though, should not be drinking Spirit Point vodka.
100%.
It is because that vodka is the same vodka. It's 7 times distilled, 20 times charcoal, chill filtered, and they're all done in our pot still by hand. We're doing our cuts by hand. Our distillers know when to make them. And then we clean the product up when we get it in here. And most people that are making a vodka, the cheap vodkas, they'll go straight from the barrel to the bottle. The bottle, the little bit better vodkas, are going to go from the tote, because they all come out of the corn built in the tote. But they're going from the tote into the still, getting redistilled, cleaned up, and then going into the bottle. And then there's a few of us that will bring a corn-based grain neutral spirit in. We want to reserve all of our capacity for fermentation to make bourbon.
Yeah.
And so to be economically competitive, you've got to do it this way. I'm sure that's what Tito's does. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's
but it's all in the cleanup on it. And so once we distill it, then we'll charcoal chill filter it 20 times. And it just cleans it up and it makes a good process. And then we'll there's some proofing things that we do in there, but it's just clean.
Very good.
We got to say it about vodka. Vodka's got 2 reasons that it has to exist and to be a purposeful something in our life, and it's got to proof up whatever you're putting it in. But then after it does its job, it's got to get out of the way, all right? No lingering around, no hanging around. Not like family you wanted to leave 2 days ago over the holidays. They're not hanging around. They get in, get the job done, and get out, all right? Which is what we all want. So that's what Spirit Point Vodka gets you when you do that.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about you mentioned spirits.
Well, I never even finished the answer on the bourbon.
I know.
Sorry.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm rambling.
You're fine.
Well, I was just going to ask.
No.
I was just going to ask a little bit about
guys. I'm going to try and stay a little more focused tonight.
You're
okay.
fine. We're having a good time. It's fine. That's what our podcast is
so the
about.
bourbon decline. Kind of what I was saying earlier was that it just was exuberance, and people are I like to think that the average bourbon palate out there has been educated by trying all these bourbons and doing forums such as what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Bourbon nerds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they are. We're bourbon nerds, all right? Nothing wrong with it. Don't be ashamed of it.
Nothing wrong with it.
No,
Carry that title.
proudly.
Very proud nerd.
That's why I like this podcast. I was like, okay, they're bourbon nerds. All right,
Here we go. Yeah.
We're gonna nerd
Nerd
on
out a
bourbon
little
for a
bit.
little while. All right, this is the kind of stuff that Rod and I sit around and talk about.
I know, dude.
and,
Keep getting some of this content. You guys are always having good conversations.
Well, the only thing I was going to ask you is what you had poured in this glass and kind of.
Yeah, we do need to highlight the whiskey that we're drinking.
Well, guys, I kind of got an assortment of picking out what's new since last year, and
perfect.
And yeah, we don't want storytelling time to get in the way of whiskey drinking.
No,
do we?
whiskey. I don't know which one's more important. Probably whiskey drinking.
All right, so it's a single barrel. It's a 52-month-old single barrel. It's our 120 proof expression. When I was looking, I was like, oh, bottle 52 or 52-month-old age.
Yeah.
It was barrel 26, and it was one of our better barrels. It's an awesome little barrel. So that's what y'all are drinking, 120 proof right there.
Tastes great. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot higher age. I mean, it's really good complexity. It's well balanced. It's got a good finish on it. Like, honestly, and I'm literally giving you my personal opinion. I'll tell you if I don't like it or not. And it's a really good, well-rounded whiskey. Very traditional. It's got very bourbon, vanilla. It's kind of caramel a little bit, but it's got a little bit of spice on the end, too.
There's a lot of people out here doing a lot of things with bourbon, and I like it.
Yeah.
All right, because it keeps the community engaged and all that. And just like they're doing that stuff out there like that, we just try to keep it. Bitch and I always wanted to keep it traditional.
Yeah,
and
nothing wrong
it
with
was it was the whole process was a process of kind of self discovery, personal discovery. More would be the word, because neither one of us had made whiskey when we started. And for the reasons we talked about, we wound up here in 2015 together.
It's your dream,
and we're like, man, we were just gonna build we were naive enough. We were gonna build a building, and then we were gonna put a whiskey still in the corner, cook off a batch, and sell it to the public as moonshine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be simple, man. It's gonna be a gimmick. We're
moonshine.
gonna sell a bunch of T-shirts in the process.
Yeah,
all right,
absolutely. Gas squatch.
And all of a sudden, just Mitch, his company got bought and retired, and come back here in 15, and I had already left the company that I'd worked for about a year prior out of corporate America, and we were kind of cooking this idea up, and we just hit the accelerator and said, all right, let's do this. We're gonna do bourbon. Let's make a bourbon whiskey, and let's make a great bourbon whiskey. And that was the whole process was really kicked off right there.
So I want to dive into that here in just a second, but I wanted to go back to what I was going to mention earlier about, I think Oklahoma and Texas are almost insulated from the bourbon decline. I think, especially when you look at your products, like you're building a brand that are people of like homemade, homegrown, family atmosphere. Every time I've come to your distillery, and not just because we have a relationship, for bourbon, but I always feel like family. Your staff, even if they may not recognize me, they treat me like family, and that's an experience that I enjoy. But more importantly, getting back to the whiskey, I have continued to enjoy your whiskey more every time I come back to it. And not just because we enjoy hanging out with you and this crew here, but I'm really excited to continue to see you guys grow. You're aging more stuff. You're coming out with barrel proofs, and the partnerships and relationships that you're building, I think is incredible, and I think it needs to be highlighted. So I just wanted to mention that. But I wanted to ask you a direct question about what you just mentioned. How does it feel to make your dream come alive?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a heavy burden sometimes.
Absolutely.
Before we get too far, is your mic uncomfortable? Do I need to lower that a little bit?
Yeah, I would probably lower
lower
just a
that
hair.
bass right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're having to reach up, and I don't want you to have to do that. Lower it a little bit. Oh, there you go.
That's about right there. That's
Right there.
That should be good. I mean,
Part of the problem is,
See, I got it in mind.
am I close enough right here?
no, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
100%.
good. And he'll adjust the volume.
I just
a little
try
bit
to get
too.
I just felt like you were
That's
kind of
where
do
Ethan
this, and
works
it didn't look
well,
like like you were being very comfortable.
Well, I was probably thinking
wanted to
about
help-
drinking a bourbon.
I wanted to
that's
help you
wrong.
out a little bit.
Let's drink a bourbon.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that Mike stays in with the bourbon tilt.
Yeah,
And
yeah, no.
For
sure
sure.
notice the honey and
I get some cinnamon.
I get
A little
cinnamon.
bit of
and
cinnamon.
honey.
I get a lot of cinnamon in the flavor, but notice the notes on the front end when you nose it. You get that honey and caramel.
Yeah, absolutely. Brown
Yeah,
sugar.
yeah.
I get a brown sugar too.
Yeah.
That brown sugar comes in like when you're
that's
pulling away.
that you know.
I love brown sugar.
When we were choosing the rye, you know, we use Oklahoma corn. You know,
Yep.
we use Oklahoma corn, but we do go after our other grains, and we have particular type grains that we do use, and we use a rye, and it's just it has some very pronounced notes on that, so it come through a lot. We got the result that we were hoping to get. You know, so
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing like a straight rye whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I would love to, but we're such a small distillery that you gotta focus on one thing and
For
do
sure.
it. Now, if I had a big distillery or a big new one or something, that's the dream.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just in the process of living it, I guess, or climbing the mountain. But it's a
journey.
yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I bring it up is because I'm getting kind of gravitating towards rye whiskey a lot more for some reason. And
Let me tell you, this has been in my experience, all right, with bourbon drinkers, especially when you've been drinking it for a couple of years or whatever. I mean, you always tend to you start out with Maker's Mark, all right? You're mixing it with Coke or something because you're trying to get away from beer because it just kind of bloats you. That was my journey.
Mine was Crown.
And
I got the Makers,
Crown.
Crown
But you're
Makers.
always mixing the sugars and all that stuff with it. And
Absolutely.
It's like, I got to clean my drinking up, all right?
Yep.
Does that make sense? I got to clean my drinking up. So you start trying to go with a purer form. Whatever. You start with bourbon and you tend to like the higher rye. And then all of a sudden, you're trying some ryes. You're getting a Russell rye, and there's some really great a Sazerac rye.
100%.
All right,
They just released a new
Foolproof
foolproof.
is incredible.
No shit.
Oh,
And it tastes
wow.
just like a Thomas Handy. It's insane.
It tastes very
That's
similar
awesome.
to the
It's a
Thomas
$40.
Handy. It's
Yeah,
so,
it's-
it's
You know,
incredible. It's a
that's-
market disruptor.
That's the only brand. Sazerac is the big player in this industry.
Absolutely.
And that is the only brand that Sazerac's name is on of their products.
Yep.
That and the antique.
The Sazerac, because that was the rye that they
Sazerac
used to
brand.
make the Sazerac.
Yeah.
Yep.
And actually,
They
on
have
the
a deep
barrel-
history, though,
they
back
put
to
the-
the 1600s and stuff that I've read.
Gangster history
Yeah,
right there.
like that. We could do a whole podcast over the Sazerac history and cognac and all that stuff.
And on the back of that Sazerac foolproof, they actually put the ingredients for the Sazerac drink, which is kind of interesting too.
And if you go down to New Orleans,
Cool.
highly recommend it, or Nolans, so some people call it, you got to go to the Sazerac house. It's phenomenal. They've got all the Buffalo Trace B tag bottles. They've got all the history. They got tasting places. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Have you never been there? Down there?
No, I've never been to the Sazerac bar. I've been all over New Orleans a lot. My wife's from New Orleans.
We got to go back to New Orleans.
And
man. I've only been once. I want to go again.
We
Just
were,
went a couple years ago.
but I spent
Sorry. Talking away from the mic.
I spent 6 weeks one time flying. It's in Texarkana when I went to work for a pharmaceutical company, and they'd fly me down to.
I was going down that road.
Fly me down to New Orleans and put me up in a nice hotel, and I'd study for the week, and then fly out on Monday, fly out on Friday, and dude, it was just like back in the day. Now, I mean, it was like any
exhausting.
restaurant I wanted to go to, I could eat in the company.
Yeah, for sure. And the company paid for it.
Their per diem was nice, and it was
Absolutely.
awesome.
It's kind of like a little bit I got. But
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
So, I know we still haven't answered have we finished the answer on the bourbon crisis right now?
Not really, but it's
I think
fine.
we come to a conclusion that we feel that Oklahoma and Texas, we're insulated to a degree from it.
I think you guys are doing a lot of cool stuff.
Well,
and-
a small distillery like us, we're genuine and
you're
unique.
You're not MGP that's losing like billions of
No.
dollars worth of stuff just hanging out in there.
No,
And you're not getting
warehouse.
too aggressive for the market.
Yeah,
for your
well, and
expansion.
think
You're
about
doing
some
it
of the
right. Yeah.
Think about some of these branded companies that were branded on ideology type things and all, and they were the darling and got a lot of them were that way. But then all of a sudden, when the music stopped, they've got they got thousands of barrels bought at this price, and the bourbon barrel market of the commodity has bottom has fallen out.
Yeah.
So they're cutting price, and they're if they sell, they can't sell and make money.
It's like the Kentucky Owl went out of business. They went from
they're upside because they're sourcing it. You know,
well,
I mean, if the music would have kept going, it'd been great. But there's always people that get caught
deceiving their board. Basically, what Uncle Nearest did, they were overvaluing their product base.
Hey, you can come in and sit down, Sean, and listen if you want to. But well, I mean that's an example.
Yeah,
there were several out there, and because I know when I say that though, it's been tough on us because it hurt our licensed sales. What do y'all want?
No, you're good.
Our licensed products were down because of that.
Yeah,
just because people are looking for value in the bourbon market,
but
you know what we started doing, and I love this. We started.
I love this idea.
We started putting our core bourbons. We do some of our collegiate bourbons, but we're doing a 200 ml glass bottle in it.
That's excellent.
And you can come in here and you can buy our bourbons of our barrel proof. You ever seen a barrel proof in a 200 ml bottle?
No, I have not. I'm sure there's one out there, but I have not seen one, and that is brilliant. I think.
You gotta. We don't have a lot of that, all right.
Yeah.
And you can buy it here at Hochatown Distilling. It's an allocated product like that, but we just don't have a lot of it. And one of these days I'm gonna have more of it.
I know you'll get there.
But
I mean, look at what you've done so far.
We enjoy it, and we need to try some of it.
All right. So what are we moving on to?
We're gonna do the barrel proof.
Shoo! We skip into Plan C
and now
or D.
We do a very small batch of these. We usually do about we do 4 barrel batches of these, and this is the one you're having. It's a 4-year-old. It's a 4-year-old.
It doesn't smell like a 4-year-old.
It's a 4-year-old.
It's a 4-year-old Oklahoma, super high climate. Like, I would never guess this is a 4-year.
Well, didn't we say before that 4 years in Oklahoma is like 6 or 7 years in Kentucky?
Well, it conceptually, when you start looking at the longer heating. We're going down the nerd bourbon.
Yeah, we should have a little bit. The aging process and the climate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can explain our climate here and what we have here.
Sure. Go ahead. Let's talk about the climate here and why you're able to make some.
And everybody says it's the water, it's this, it's that. And every climate's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just telling you what you taste with us is because of the climate that we have. And we're in the wettest part of southeast Oklahoma, all right? We got pine trees.
The best part of Oklahoma.
We got pine trees that grow here. And so with pine trees, you got to have a certain amount of moisture. And so we're getting the benefit of that Gulf moisture coming up here. And that's why we have pines around here, because we have enough water to support pines.
Absolutely.
And rocky soil, you know.
Yep.
But
moisture is the most important piece.
So being humid and the moisture, that differential between the liquid that's inside the barrel and the ambient humidity level, the lower it is, the greater your driving potential is to move angel share loss. You know, the oak, it's a semi-permeable membrane, and the angel share is going to get through it. Not but it's going to happen. So.
Can I ask you a side question real quick?
Yeah.
What is your typical angel share on an average barrel here?
The barrel's going to get 5% off the top. Okay. All right, that's what gets soaked into the barrel.
Yeah.
But we get about a 5.5 to 6% angel share loss.
That's not bad. Okay.
Kentucky is 4 to 4.5.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we're
We're pretty fortunate. That's a good moderate ground.
Well, that's what makes aging bourbon whiskey here not only efficient but economical, because if you can get a bourbon, it's a 4-year bourbon that's going to taste like a mature, 6-7 year bourbon.
Absolutely.
And it has to go back to some of the things. And we get that compliment a lot. Some people say, "Oh, it's hot," and we're not producing in thousands of barrels and all that. We're a small little distillery, and our flavors are pretty consistent, but don't judge a single barrel because it's hot, and because each barrel's different and unique.
Definitely. How many barrels can your rickhouse hold?
I think I don't know. We can hold about 1,000 in the rick house.
Okay.
And
I'm also curious, just for the record, because I think there was some misinformation on another video. So how big are the barrels that you use?
53-gallon barrels. Now we did have some that were 30-gallon barrels. That's because back in 16,
you had some
the Coopers Cooperage was hard to get.
Yeah,
and we've used through all of them and everything. But we use a 53-gallon barrel. The barrel size like that's important because it has to do with the surface area of the wood to the contact or the amount of volume it's used. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but they typically are.
Get real nerdy here.
But our palates are trained on Kentucky bourbon, and Kentucky uses 53-gallon barrels.
Yep.
So
you want a traditional bourbon, keep the barrel surface area the same.
Exactly.
It reduces the variations in what you're trying to create.
It keeps consistent the dynamic between the surface area of contact to the volume of liquid in the barrel, because you got that little R-squared thing in that. You know, when you start figuring that radius,
there's an algorithm
on a barrel, so everything gets squared by that R.
That barrel
R number.
So
good. This is incredible. I love this bottle so much. I'm glad you guys started bottling it.
Oh yeah,
because trying it out of the mason jar is cool, but actually trying it out of the bottle is really cool.
And guys, we honestly, and again, they're not a sponsor, but we do. The barrel proof is legit. It's worth every penny. You should definitely try it. It's a great, if you like higher proof stuff.
If you're a high proof drinker, and we get those people in here.
They're balling
all the time.
Too,
Dude, we're like a magnet for those people. All right.
Yeah.
My view of the bourbon world is probably skewed because I get them coming in here like, I want it the hotter the better.
It's like Garrett too.
You guys brought some hot brands with y'all tonight, didn't you?
We did.
Not hot, but some high proof.
One of mine was 138.8. Yeah.
Oh, but we were tasting them back there.
Yeah, they got a little spice to them. We might be proof whores. Okay.
That's interesting. So I want to do some of that. So
yeah, we got some good stuff.
We got the barrel proof. Where are we at right now?
Do you want to talk about some of your brands or some of the changes that have happened with your core stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what's new this year. So we've got a new product. We've done a vodka with University of Tulsa, but we're doing a golden barrel.
Yeah,
Route 66.
Route 66.
When Tulsa submitted it to us and they put the Route 66 Reserve on it.
That's awesome.
We had been kind of struggling around here, we need to do a Reserve Route 60. We're off of Route 66, but it's an Oklahoma thing, and do a Route 66. So
I love it.
Not only is this is a Tulsa Golden Barrel, but it is a Route 66 Reserve.
Yeah,
and
I hate that Rod told me where y'all got that from. Wilderness Trail, I think, right? Maybe. No?
I'm sworn to secrecy on the confidentiality.
I won't call you out on that.
Let's not bring up that kind of stuff.
I will say this though. I will say this. All right, and it is, things are what they are. But I have a source that can get me some good bourbons out of Kentucky, and
absolutely.
On some of our branded collegiate brands, we were really interested in. I wish I would have had the bourbon.
Yeah.
Now our OSU partnership, the Loyal and True series, that is our bourbon.
Yes.
That's the only partnership that gets our distilled aged and bottled bourbon.
Okay.
All right. So that's the only one. That's the only one. The Loyal and True Reserve.
And you have how many different Loyal and Trues now? Like 3 or 4?
Oh, we did the first Pete. We did the 125 years. We did the Cross Canadian Ragweed.
Yeah, the Cross Canadian Ragweed was there. And that had barrel proof in it, right? I believe. No?
It has some barrel proof. It's 100 proof.
Yeah,
all right. It's well balanced. It's the Loyal and True Reserve that we blend.
Very good.
It's always been the same. It's different labels, but it's the same. Loyal and True Reserve is the same. Same bourbon that we make, and then we did one for the national championship golf team. Right here, guys.
Oh yeah,
right here.
That's
all right. So
great national championship.
Yeah, and we kind of
the Pokes.
It just things happen slow, and there's only a certain amount of time through the NCAA that you can sell a national champion. There's a cutoff on it, so you can't be selling a national championship from 44 years ago or something like that.
Sure. It's like our podcast. We can't be talking about stuff that's already 6 months behind, because it's like, all right, we want to get ahead and try to build content value, and it's like, oh, now we're talking about stuff that's 3 weeks old. Nobody gets it. Yeah. We live in a world where I want it now. What's happening? Okay, that was yesterday. Let's move on. Yeah. And Unfortunately, it's difficult when we have real job for
I know.
full-time jobs and all
Appreciate
that.
you guys coming in.
Absolutely.
So it is the national championship.
Beautiful bottle.
We did it. We did it in the 200. That was actually the first 200 that we did.
Wow.
And you can get them here, but there's no more of them. The cutoff date's been passed.
Yeah.
And the cases that are out in the field in Southern Glacier right now are the last of the cases that are out there. So
that thing's
I want to say there's 500 or 600 bottles left, in inventory that's available to be, put out on that. So if you're a collector of OSU stuff and all, this is a good one to get because it is unique. It's actually, for us, it's our first national championship bottle that we got to do with any of our.
Cool.
It was the first. It was the first.
Yeah.
All right. But there was a second one also that we got to do with one of our branded products, which is our Oklahoma City Thunder vodka.
Oh yeah, finally last year.
They won a championship.
Thank goodness Halliburton got hurt in Game 7.
You guys have sorry, I'm away from Mike. You guys have some good luck going on here.
All right, man.
Can you build a bottle for the football team? That would be great.
We got our first national world champion.
NBA championship.
Major league team. That's been fun.
That's incredible.
To do with Thunder vodka. We're getting ready to really kick up the stuff going into the end of the season, and we've got a lot of stuff set up with the Thunder Bar networks. That's been a whole battle right there.
Yeah,
and not a problem with the Thunder. They've been absolutely outstanding, but we've had to go in there and face off on some kind of old established ways of doing things by the third party companies that run the industry from the perspective. They're contract bars.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like the group that runs like a casino.
Yeah,
they may come in and do all that. All these stadiums are run by different
contractors,
groups.
like third party groups.
I mean, and I'm not saying anyway, but Sodexo would be one of them, and Ignite. There's a few. So and they get mandates pushed down on them that they need to sell because the big boys have gone to them and made
you want to carry my product, you got to sell
them,
it.
And they're pushing it down.
You want a certain price, you got to sell it.
So we have to fight that battle, but that's okay. That's the Thunder been a wonderful partner in that, and those are the barriers that you got to break down. You ain't got to just make a good product. You've got to make a good product, and then you got to go knock down the barriers.
Yeah.
All right, and that's a tough market. But hey, like I say all the time, if you're if you're in Oklahoma and you're not drinking Spirit Point vodka, then I don't know. You got the best product in the world, made right here in Oklahoma. Why would you even want to do anything else?
Don't keep throwing funds to Texas, right?
And they donate to UT Austin too.
Bring the money home.
They donate to the Longhorns, and we know all how Oklahomans feel about that.
So, what else you got? You got a couple other bottles. We talked a little bit about the barrel proof. What other things do you have? What's new? What's new going on?
Well, this is our newest of the new. All right,
you got new on new.
This is a new rollout for this year. All right.
Okay.
And this is our loyal and true reserve.
That's
with
sweet.
The Wrestling Pete.
Best wrestling school in the nation.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And we've even got this in the 200 ml bottle. Let me go. Right here. See the 200 ml?
Yeah, I love it, man. Great.
Yeah. So,
it's such a cool bottle.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were in Stillwater a couple of weeks ago at the Bedlam wrestling match.
Okay.
And we set up out by the stairwells that come up in Gallagher Iva, set up there, and we're going to be doing a few more. It was a good time. And we just set out, and I've never been to an OSU wrestling event. All right. And we set up outside there, and we're not doing tastings or anything. We're just showing the bottles.
Yeah.
We had several of the bottles that are available and talking to people about them, and which was a great experience.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing that again.
But you can't do a tasting in Oklahoma?
You know what? We weren't there to taste them on it. They know
Yeah.
what Loyal and True tastes like. I
Yeah.
mean, they know it's good, and that adds a whole other layer of being kind of issues.
Yeah. No, I hear
versus
you.
just going in there easy, because you got, it's all about spaces that are alcohol that are
Yeah, a little prohibited.
if you're kind of there, we would be going into a space.
True.
So
Okay.
we really do. And when I go into a space that's a controlled area,
Yeah.
owned by the host licensee, Sodexo or something like that, I'm not going to open bottles in there. Now, outside the stadium in an area that they don't control,
Yeah.
we'll do tastings.
Oh, okay.
All right, but when
Absolutely.
I'm in there, now if it's a private function or something of that, that they're doing where maybe they want to roll something out or bring it in, they have alumni or whatever there, and
Yeah.
we've come in before and done some things with their alumni on when we've launched products and stuff, and we actually did a launch on the I guess it was the 125-year edition bottle of Cowboy football 2 years ago. We did that with Fred Minnick. He flew in on that. So
Oh, sweet.
So did I hear a little tease earlier that maybe something could be in the store for y'all?
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
well,
What was that? Fred
Yeah, we'll see. We got some emails out. We'll see what happens there.
all right. Well, hey.
He's committed. He said, "Go Pokes."
Hey,
That's a
guys.
blood bond.
Guys, I'm going to send the bottle with y'all. Okay,
Okay, we'll get him on.
And if you need that to kind of go on and lure him, coax him in, I'll send a few bottles with you. If you need that lure and coax him in with that, and I've got some labels out for some special labels. It would be he could go get some great labels on his bottle. With his connections. I mean, he could get Wyatt Hendrickson, and that's always kind of a dream of mine to get like John Smith, Wyatt Hendrickson. Some of those guys, some of the national champion guys. Especially the recent guys that are to sign them.
Well,
That would be awesome.
So I wanted to talk about that for just a second because I think it's so funny that he didn't realize how important his his top 100 bottle was to the bourbon community, but like people were like outraged by it, and so he came out with his top 100. Which is where I hit him up on I was on his live, but it's kind of funny because like everybody looks forward to that. I don't think he actually realized how important that was to the community. So he's like, "Sorry guys, I didn't know that was so important to you." So I thought that was kind of cool, guys. Sometimes we feel like we're making content, like we only have 800. We just hit our 800 subscriber. Please subscribe.
That's
to us.
awesome. That's
But,
awesome.
It's like we're just like, man, nobody really cares what we're doing, but sometimes we do make an impact.
Well,
sometimes somebody learns something from something or goes to a draw because you influence them in a positive way, and I think that's so rewarding on what we try to do and what you're creating and with your brand.
Yeah. Well, and I want to read it. I just hadn't had a chance yet, but Fred just released a new book.
Yeah.
And it was about
need to pick it
part
up.
of his journey.
Yep.
So an autobiographical thing. So I'm looking forward to that,
agreed.
and getting to read that. I think that'll be very insightful because what he's done and the name he's made for himself in the community. And
it's
I
incredible.
enjoy watching what he's really pioneering some things himself there and being original.
And he
all
never
that.
gets
So-
off brand. He
No,
stayed consistent from
no,
the day he started. And
no.
he wears his little.
Oh, his ascot.
His ascot,
Well,
yeah.
his awards. We don't enter awards competition.
I think we should get you guys in there this year.
Well,
Why not? What if you win?
We have
Change.
we have an awards competition right here in our tasting room
Absolutely.
every day. All right.
I love it. For JJ, shout out to JJ. When she does, she's
Lord.
awesome bartender here. So yeah,
She'll drive you nuts.
come
but
down,
people love her.
Hochatown, best part of Oklahoma.
So what's new? We talked about the championship with the Thunder and some things that we're doing and getting really excited about moving into this part of the season with the products. We feel like we're last year we really were having to, man, you have to beat down walls, all right?
Yeah.
And we finally got a little traction this year and with the help and hell, we're not too smart in this. We're trying to figure this stuff out, and these people are pros at it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
man, just to talk about the lessons I've learned there.
Yeah,
Still learning. But
you're a small fish in a big pond.
hey, yeah, but
with some big mean fish.
absolutely. Oh, dude, it's swimming with sharks. All
Yeah.
right, but and honestly, it's it gets tough, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? We always just keep trying to be original and market our brands and show what a great region this is to age whiskey in, because we talked about that moisture thing, you know,
Yep.
and the angel share. Well, you know, we got extra
It's pretty
heat on
good.
we got extra heat on each side of the summer, and you know, when it's going into the seasons and out of the seasons, and a little hotter humidity, that's driving oxidation reactions that are mellowing everything out, and those reaction rates are dependent on the temperature, you know, of the juice. So the average annual temperature is a little higher. So those oxidation rates, which are cascading oxidation rates, they're going to run a little faster because there's a little more energy put into them. And then what most people don't realize, though, is just like the heat, the cold's real important.
Yeah.
One of
changing
probably
temperatures. 'Cause it's in and out of the barrel.
Hey, the temperatures we had last week and what we're going to get tomorrow, and getting this week long, I'm down in the single digits and stuff like we
It's not
are.
uncommon for a 30 to 35 degree swing. Like, that's crazy.
Well, we've got down in the 7-8, you know,
Yeah.
and what people don't realize is when air is that cold, it's very dry.
Yeah.
All right. And so with the air being that dry, it'll pull the moisture out of the barrel on the outside.
Yeah.
What happens to those fibers when they lose their moisture? They start shrinking up.
Yep. Shriveling up.
And then when they start shrinking up throughout that wood, then they're pushing that juice back into the barrel.
Yeah.
And you know, that's that juice that got pushed out in the heat.
Yep.
And it's been sitting in that barrel. It's been taking in all the tannins and wood sugars and flavoring up, and it's maybe have reached a saturation point, you know. So it's not really gaining anymore. So when you flush it back into the system with this cold, it pushes all that back into your barrel, and you get that mixing action of that going in there. So what it does is those tannin concentration levels have been diluted down when that next juice comes back in there, and you could grab a little more. So these cold cycles like we have are extremely important. It's just like wringing that barrel out, getting it all squeezed out, and getting it ready for another hot summer to come in there and expand.
It soaks it back
and
up.
Put that juice back in the barrel and get it going.
And every time you squeeze it, it gets better.
And when you have climates that don't get cold like this, I think they miss that component in their aging process. And it would be more of a southern climate, you know, when I'm talking like an arid, hot climate.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to get a certain type of bourbon, you know, that's what they're going to get. But just to have the kind of bourbon that we want to do, we think our climate's very similar, and our culture here is similar to Kentucky. I mean, where we're at, we're, you know, in these hills right here. So why wouldn't we take what God's given us and use it to make bourbon whiskey with, you know, from the sun and the weather and the climate and all of those things working together. It just makes a beautiful thing.
It's the beginning of time, man. Creating something out of nature, right? And what God gives us.
Exactly. And that's one of the things about bourbon whiskey is it's just so foundational and fundamental and so simple. And there's a reason why our founding fathers were whiskey makers.
Yep. Amen to that.
Probably come over drunk Irishman.
America.
You know? Come over drunk Irishman. So we're gonna be doing the Irish Festival.
Oh, really?
In Tulsa.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, the Irish Fest, the 13th.
Is that
the 13th? I think we're in the process of working on it. We should.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we're going to be doing. We were talking about our branded with the Tulsa one. I didn't even mention that.
I got you off track there. That's my fault.
That's all right. You're going to have to do some heavy cutting and editing, you know. But we're going to be doing the first weekend of April. Zach Bryan,
yeah, absolutely.
he's from Oologah.
Yeah.
He's going to be coming there and doing a concert. So we're going to be set up there doing some stuff.
Sweet. I'd love to go watch that.
You guys should come up and do a little live remote podcast on that.
That would be pretty sweet.
I'd be down for that.
I'd be down for that. I've been wanting to watch Zach Bryan.
All right. So if y'all want to do that, let me start working on getting some media credentials for you.
Oh, yeah.
And
We come in and
kind of
be
get a
media.
little behind the scenes type deal.
Can we drink some bourbon with Zach Bryan?
Hey, if I get 2, y'all can. All right.
All right.
Deal.
Deals.
I'll
Vice
take
versa.
that
I'm just going to
deal.
tell you, we probably won't get a chance.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, if we do get a chance, Zach Bryan will drink some whiskey with us. All right.
Yeah, I figured you
That
would.
man will not walk by a glass of Oklahoma-made whiskey and
not drink it?
not
Yeah.
drink some of it. I would,
That would be sacrilegious.
Yeah. Now, he might be trying to fight us, but that's all
That's
right.
fine. If I have his drink of
I
whiskey,
fought Zach Bryan. I fought Zach Bryan.
No, that's fun.
funny.
But well, those are just some of the fun things that can happen, and
Yeah,
then
that's
the
cool.
weekend after that, we're going to be up working the Cross Canadian Ragweed, event at Stillwater. The boys from Oklahoma with the Turnpike Troubadours.
Yep.
And
did you already get tickets again?
No, I didn't get them this time yet.
Yeah,
I
I
probably
know there'll be a
missed-
lot of
they're-
late buying and
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
I bet they go 2 nights though. I hope they do.
I hope they do too.
Well, they went
I
4
definitely-
last year.
I
They
know,
only
but that
did-
was the first. That was kind of
Yeah.
new,
They're still pretty popular. Is it them and Turnpike again? They both doing
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, Turnpike's doing it too.
Zach Flores is with them, so he's a local
You,
Stillwater.
you mentioned
Stillwater
Cody
guy
Jinks
there.
too, right?
Yeah, but he's doing a deal with them in
Oh,
August in
okay.
University of Nebraska.
Gotcha. Different.
And it's kind of cool though. They did one with
That's pretty cool.
Colorado State,
Okay.
and what I thought was cool, they did one there and one with Baylor. But the one with Colorado State, they took that green that Colorado State is, and some of the logos I saw, they put it on where their orange is on the shield.
Oh, really?
And they had some of the school colors brought in that, which I thought that was pretty cool on some of the
That is
art,
cool.
some of
Do
the
you know if
t-shirts and stuff.
OSU, do they still do Orange Pill? Do you remember that? They put on like a big concert every year. Like it was pretty crazy.
Now, when
Please
did
do
when
that.
did you go to OSU?
So I went like 04 or 05 to 07.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So here's a confession. I get this question all the time. Did you go to OSU?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I didn't. But
That's okay.
Hey, I'm a University of Arkansas graduate. All right,
Yeah.
Woo pig. But I love the Cowboys. All right, and
Yeah, he does.
and I love the fact that we get to partner with Oklahoma State because that OSU banner,
Yeah.
it flies on our Department of Agriculture, state of Oklahoma.
Yep.
And so to be able to represent that OSU brand on an Oklahoma agricultural product, that's just solid right there.
That's icing on the cake.
I mean,
The cherry on top.
Hey, that's why.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why we
awesome.
get crowd favorite a lot. All right.
Hey, it's all about relationships. Everything we do.
It
Yeah,
is that.
absolutely.
It is that. So we've got the Cross Canadian that's came out. We got the Wrestling Pete. But I do have one product I do want to take just a minute and talk about it.
Absolutely. Take all the minutes you need, sir.
It's our Hochatown Saloon vodka.
Okay,
Hochatown
nice.
Saloon
That's
vodka.
different from your other vodka.
Now we're covering new stuff, all right?
Yeah,
So
I like
Soldier's
it.
Wish, y'all
Yep.
y'all are coming. We're going to be promoting Soldier's Wish, by the way, at Irish Fest. So,
Can I pour a little bit of this barrel proof?
this
Sorry,
is
just a
help
little bit.
yourself, all right? Don't wait on me
I just need a
anymore.
little bit of-
Don't wait on me.
In the glass.
I'm talking a lot, so
Sorry. I don't know. Is this legal? Am I illegal? I don't want to.
you are. This
Okay.
is after hours.
All right, after hours. See.
Gosh, I got off track now.
I apologize.
That's all right.
I'm a bad influence.
That's all right. Oh,
Yeah, you're
our
Hochatown Saloon
Saloon
vodka.
vodka. So Scott Christian had asked if we would be interested in doing this, and I said, why not? All right. So we do a vodka. Anybody can buy it. It's available here.
Yeah.
Liquor stores can pick it up. It's our vodka made to our standard process that we use to make
7
vodka.
times distilled.
7 times distilled. It's our
Okay.
process. All right. I don't.
7-minute abs.
I don't do anything. That's how we make vodka. All right.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what. That's how we make vodka. But it's the Hochatown Saloon. They sell it there at the saloon, Scotty Dog. So it's a collaboration between 2 Hochatown companies. And hey, he sells a lot of alcohol, and I make a lot of alcohol. So
It's a good partnership.
hey. He sells propane, and I buy propane, and I sell alcohol, and they buy alcohol. So
And that's how it is build relationships that work together pretty well.
they're
I feel like we just turned into a King of the Hill, episode. No, I'm just checking.
Yeah, their bartenders and waiters love us, man. We get so many referrals down.
You guys are
They
great.
say, hey, we were at the saloon, and they said we got to come up here and see y'all. I said, well, good.
Yeah. No, we were really been looking forward to coming back and hanging out with you. So we appreciate. I know you and Garrett have been chatting back and forth, but he was like, "Yeah, we gotta go hang out. Blue wants to hang out with us. I'm like, all right, let's make it happen. So.
I know.
It's
Hey
fun.
guys, I'm glad. I'm so glad y'all are here because man, I got a boiler down and I got a cold front moving in, but I got the parts this afternoon.
We just survived.
And I'm in this big debate. I'm like, all right, what are you gonna do? All right, I want to drink tonight with you guys. Yeah, and I am because we're tasting.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can't go work on that later, so that's good, man. We're gonna I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'll wait till Sean's down here when I'm working on it.
Yeah, get Sean to help. Sean's good soul over there, man.
I just got to change a little part out on it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, we're having a good time, man. Appreciate it. This is great. This barrel proof is so good. It's so good. It really is.
What do you want to talk about anything you have coming up? Any kind of new news, maybe? Something like, I know there's some things you can't talk about, but you know.
We do have on order a 500-gallon still.
Heck yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's a game changer.
Absolutely. We're in the process of getting that brought in. It'll hit sometime early summer, and then we'll start working on getting that put in, and that means I got to get a chiller and I got to get a boiler, and so I got to do some resizing on some equipment and get some things brought in and work on that. So our goal though is to get us our 500-gallon still in, and I've got some slab poured here, and I got another building, and get our process set up so that we can run that 500-gallon still. Double shifts.
Oh wow!
We're getting ready to start making suburban.
About the triple production, or like what is the capacity?
From what we do now, we were going to get about a 7x increase if we were really just
pumping it out.
That takes lots of cash flow.
Yeah. No,
so we may do some barrel warrants, barrel whiskey, barrel collateralization investments. Hey, they get pretty good return.
Absolutely.
That's probably some of the things that we're starting to look at. The new tax code on opportunity zones.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well, we're in a rural opportunity zone here.
Yeah.
Which means that
high traffic tourist area.
Capital gains can be invested and deferred for 5 years. And if you invested in certain things, and whiskey making could possibly be one of them certain things.
Hello.
That are actually aging is more so.
Pay close attention to that last
investment aging, but the barrel collateralizations, are paying 12 to 15% annually.
Yep.
Typically, that's the risk on it. But even with that, that if you're making your own and you got it, then to have to pay that much to make it, and which is fine because you get to make a lot of it and you'll make it back. And so that's kind of the goal that we want to move into. We got a little derailed there for a few years with, after Mitch passed, getting things kind of right, or, back focused and getting the play. And then all of a sudden these bourbon kind of had a little explosion there with all these brand products, and, our OSU brand that we did with Oklahoma State, that was probably the second year that there were any branded alcohols with the universities and stuff as far as spirits. Kansas and Kansas State had done them the year prior.
I remember.
And then there were about 5 or 6 schools, and OSU adopted early on that. They had seen what Kansas was doing through their field sports and approached us about it, and so. Developing that and understanding that, that's been a quite a learning experience. But we've had a lot of fun with our branded products. Do you make money off of it? I don't know, but the good thing is I wonder someday.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like a marketing advertisement cost for you, kind of like, so even if you cut even or make a profit,
what it is.
Brand recognition. It's like your commercial fee, you know what I mean? Like that's just
our name, and I didn't have people measuring it or anything, but when we launched the Loyal and True, the first one, the Pete, the Fuzzy Chat Pete, our brand name recognition in liquor stores tripled.
That's incredible.
I mean, I don't know.
That's like
we didn't measure
that's
it.
That's the WNBA growth.
But
Just joking.
yeah, really.
Sorry,
it was a small base. All right,
not to be offensive to anyone.
It was a small base. All right, it's easy to triple 10. All right? Oh hell, 30 stars making it up. We tripled.
I should have. Yeah,
it did. There's some ways it kind of hurt us, but it. I tell you, one of the things that gets me is people will liquor stores. And I'm not criticizing by any means.
Yeah,
but you gotta. They'll bring our 90 proof in, and that's really that 90 proof is that's a bar drink. That's a bar proof. All right,
agreed.
That's a bar.
You want the old fashioned?
Yeah. Well, we use 104 in the old fashioned.
You should.
But here, I mean, but if you want to elevate the standard of your old fashioned, use the 104, the gray label, because
100%.
I'm telling you. I've been really into a paper plane with our 104 proof, and have you ever tried one of those? The paper plane, the bourbon cocktail.
Oh, I have not actually.
Maybe next door we'll go over there and make it. Have a paper plane.
What's in it?
What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to? It's what's in it is a.
I've heard of
Aperol.
It. Aperol, like an Aperol spritz.
No, it's Aperol.
Okay, Aperol. Right. I get it.
And it's Aperol and Amara.
Okay.
All right. So
okay.
Yeah. So it's a bitter. It's just an interesting drink. It's kind of actually kind of tasty.
Very old cocktail, right? It's been around for a while.
It's kind of a fashionable cocktail right now.
Okay.
But what I like about it is it's got the bitter components. It's got the sweetness in it. But that 104 proof bourbon of ours is just outstanding for making what I call martini style, martini type bourbon cocktails. That 104 just really shows.
It's kind of like an old fashioned without an ice cube.
Exactly. Serve in a martini
Sorry,
glass.
I didn't mean to oversimplify. That's literally
in a
what
martini
it is.
glass.
Yeah.
It just tastes different.
Yeah. Martini. Put an ice cube in it. It's an old fashioned.
Yeah.
Depending on what you make.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good martinis out there, and olives and all that other stuff.
But hey,
that's why
good pickup right there.
Yeah, I got you. That's cool. That's awesome. Well, I mean, you've got a diverse, I think, line of different whiskeys. I think there's enough diversity. Obviously, you make a good vodka, which I cannot understate. And we're not being homers here. We really do. We're going to tell you what we believe. And then this barrel proof. I'm almost getting a cherry cola. Did you get that on the barrel proof? I got cherry cola, and that makes me so excited.
I get deliciousness.
Yeah,
I actually get a little apple.
Well, you know what? That's our bourbon in its purest form.
Yeah, man.
That's straight out of the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight out of the barrel.
Straight
out of Compton.
barrel.
Uncut, unfiltered.
And it's yummy. I swear the last time I just took this last sip, I got cherry cola. That's exciting. That's a great note to get. And then obviously, what you said, greatness. Do you get in? What can we get a note from you? A note from
a note from me.
Yeah,
I got a little bit of apple, which is I kind of get in barrel proof products.
I swear, Garrett's like the apple guy.
I don't know. I like apples. I don't know. I watch too much Snow White or something.
Like the cinnamon apples we used to get as a side.
Ooh.
The cinnamon apples.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Almost like
some cinnamon sugar.
McDonald's the apple cinnamon pie. Ooh.
Bama, Oklahoma company makes those.
I guess that's a
company.
And maybe they'll make the cherry pies again. The McDonald's cherry pies need to come back, guys.
Yeah, so it's like eating an apple pie at McDonald's and drinking a cherry Coke.
Ooh. Wow.
Hey, diabetes. Let's go.
What else do you want in the world?
We're going to ask about what we do.
Diabetes.
Cherry Coke.
What we have coming up. Actually, one of my favorite events that we do of every year. We're in our Mitch and I were doing them, so we're in our 5th or 6th year. Well, we're probably we started in 19, so 7th year.
Wow. Of
going to the Made in Oklahoma Coalition, which we're members of. It's a member. It's run by the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, and it's a group of Oklahoma products made in Oklahoma and showcasing and all that, and we're an MIO member. That's been a great organization.
That's great.
And they have the MIO legislative reception at the Capitol building, which is always attended by a lot of good representation.
Oh, you're good.
The governor comes out. I mean, we did it when I think Mary Fallon was governor when Mitch and I started.
Oh,
you know,
wow,
so now we're in.
you're
I think
right.
she was the first year she was supposed to be there, and now we're in the 8th year. So I guess it's our 8th year.
You're the only bourbon producer there, I'm assuming. From Oklahoma, right? Who is there anyone else?
Was it the 8th year we were there? I don't remember. Maybe not. No,
over here.
No, I don't know if it was. Sorry. It wasn't that. For some reason, we were at something. I don't remember. And my memory gets kind of clouded during that era. You know, I mean,
especially after we've had a few drinks. But not too crazy. It's just been a long week, being cooped up and the ice and all that. So,
no shit.
Do we want to try something else?
Yeah.
What do you want?
I don't have a camera weighing down my arm.
Barrel, we've got.
I appreciate you doing
Let's just do the classic. Let's do the bottle and bond.
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all want to go
Absolutely,
next door and try a drink?
Yeah, we can do the paper plane.
Y'all want to break? Go do a paper plane if they're open.
Might as well. Let's do it. Pause it. Welcome back.
Well, I had told him to. Let's not record
My bad.
this, but we can.
Well,
go
yeah,
to
he
it.
said he didn't want stuff.
Yeah, I said.
So I was like, okay,
then I got bit off on something good.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. You were like,
we need to record. We need to record it though, and get it on there. I can go into it pretty easy.
I am down.
Okay.
So we're back, right?
We are back. We're back with the Bourbon Nerds, and Blue is a Bourbon Nerd. So yeah, we'll go ahead and let's continue our conversation. We appreciate we took a little time out, which was great for you. Had a paper airplane. Is that what it's called?
Just a paper plane.
Paper plane. Sorry, not a paper airplane. It's just a paper plane.
But it's.
But yeah, it was an interesting drink. Never had it before. So what else? What are we gonna? Do you want us to grab some of our bottles, or do you want to keep?
Yeah, no. Let's get over.
Yeah,
some
I'll go
y'all's.
grab some bottles. You guys keep talking. I wanted to before we get done, or I wanted to say, how would you define your career, like in the bourbon community, and what you're doing and accomplishing? Because I think I want your perspective, because I think you're doing a lot of great things. So,
well, I mean, it really started with Mitch and I, and we're we just got started early. We're not ahead of any curve. We're kind of looking at what's going on in the world out there, in the bourbon world and other states, and where we need to be and what direction we need to be headed to be competitive. Not only with how bourbon is marketed to the consumer and delivered to the consumer and with innovative ways. That's being done in states around us. And if we want to be competitive in that, we're going to need to rethink a few things. Not a big deal, but we're going to have to, tourism is number one. We're right here in tourism. So to answer your question, what do I think and all that is I was just extremely fortunate to have tourism explode in my hometown so that I could come back home and chase a dream.
And you live in a beautiful part of the country. Like, this is
the best part of Oklahoma.
Yeah, but I would say far and away. I'm trying to think of other places that are as beautiful as this area, and I can't think in Oklahoma.
Well, I'm a fourth generation Oklahoman. My family came in here at statehood, come out of Arkansas, both sides, mom and dad. There's a cemetery where I go back. Grandparents and great grandparents all buried in the same cemetery.
My grandpa's Okie from Muskogee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Coon hunter, too.
Oh, dude.
He was PKC, dude. He's won multiple times. Keith
is
Mills,
he still
rest in
hunting?
peace.
He's still hunting?
Oh, no, he's passed. But
he
did it till his last breath, man.
That's a lost profession in
really
Oklahoma,
is.
coon hunting.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you, I grew up in an area, Baptiste, all right? And we were at the end of the road. And when I was growing up, raccoon hide to bring you $40. And we had a guy, Leon Scarberry.
$40 for just one?
For one.
Dang.
And this was like $1978, all right? That's when $40 is $40.
$40 to change your life back then.
$40 man to take you out, get you drunk, have a good night,
Yeah.
Go to
buy you
steakhouse.
gas,
You're renting out the whole movie theater.
buy you gas, see a movie,
God, you can't even
eat out, get drunk, have a good time.
You can't even walk
$40.
out of the house for $40 these days.
Oh hell no! That's what 40. That's what one coon hide would buy you.
Yeah,
all right.
That's like toilet
That's
paper.
wild.
That's
We
nuts.
chased them some bitches all over the country.
I can tell you. So I'll tell you a funny story because I don't ever share these my old grandpa stories, which are life changing for me. But I remember I was coon hunting with my grandpa, and I think it was like the second time that I went, and I had a coon. We were in this big tree. There was a couple coons. They had there's a bunch of my grandpa and his friends. There's like 4 or 5 dogs. You know, and they'll coon a tree. They're hollering.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a raccoon just zip, literally probably 2 inches jumped right over my forehead. I'm like, shit. Is this normal? And my girl's like, that's not normal. So the dogs run after him and they get into a fight. I've seen a coon cut up a dog real bad. But anyway, sorry.
So I got a question now.
Sure, go ahead.
In Old Ann and Little Ann, where the red fern grows, did you cry when the dogs died?
100%.
Yeah, if you didn't cry in that, you're not a human being.
From the book and the movie, both of them got
Yeah.
me.
Absolutely.
I mean, I cried with Land Before Time, man. That was the first movie I remember crying to. That was a Disney when his mom dies, dude. Littlefoot. Oh God, if you've watched that movie, you know what I'm talking about. It was heart wrenching. That's. I mean, I'm on the side. Old Yeller too.
Oh yeah. Well,
God, Old Yeller gets me. But I already poured you some, brother.
What are we drinking here?
We're drinking a brown sugar plum, which is shout out to Richard, Richard exclusive from the Blendery in Texas. These
guys brought several bottles in from a Blendery, so I'm gonna shamelessly plug them. That those guys are they've got it figured out for us, the blending and all that.
Yeah, the experience and
kudos
everything.
to them. Kudos to what
Tim
they're doing.
and that whole team and Chance and all those guys have done a great job.
I've always kind of had this thing, MGP, but these guys are buying established brands, and they do come on the market. They have
had some MGP they've mixed, but
I know
quite a bit.
But there's also some stuff where there's some established brands that will drop 100, 300 barrels into the market or for whatever reason. It's just
it's finding your when you're looking in business, like what they've done, they found a niche and they have just perfected it to a point. They're taking whiskey that's commonly out there and they're turning it into something special. And they've created such a it's not like a good old boys club, but like they've created such a unique experience with the membership club they have there, the blending experiences that they do. And I mean, Tim's been a mastermind in what he's been able to source barrels, and that credit to him and what they've accomplished. And I'm excited to see their future. Where
I've always been interested in them. I want to go visit them. And,
absolutely. You should definitely,
because that right there is the total other end of the spectrum of where we are.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. You're creating something out of Mother Nature. They're creating something that's already been created. They're creating
things from Mother Nature and working
blending
on
it together to
blending
make
it to
master blenders versus master creators.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing.
What if you could do both?
Oh man. Yeah.
Then you're talking about a game changer.
I know. Hey.
If anybody could do it,
don't shortcut Rod. All right,
I'm not shortcutting Rod at all. I'm not sure. That's why I'm wink.
I tell him around here, Rod's tongue, I've got it insured for $1 million.
You should absolutely. He
gets all big headed.
He'd be a hell of an ambassador. You know what I mean? Send that guy
Well, he is the CWO, the chief whiskey officer.
He is chief whiskey officer, man.
He's got a badge and everything.
He does.
I'll tell you a funny story about Rod. All right. This was back in the day. It's when Mitch was still here, and Mitch and I are sitting here, and Rod he was still teaching and coaching and doing some things, and we got a complaint.
About Rod? No way.
Rod. We got a complaint.
No way.
Because he was just a little bit too
sharp. Direct.
Tipsy?
Direct.
Yeah,
maybe.
direct.
Very
He's just
pragmatic. But
tell it like it is.
But it goes to his values of being a very conservative minded person, meaning he's the son of a coach, and his dad was a legend in Oklahoma basketball, in the Oklahoma military. He was high up, and his dad carried a huge swagger in Oklahoma, and the basketball. I remember he come here in Broken Bow, and it may have been 15 years ago or whatever, but he was in his 70s still coaching.
That's crazy.
And he took them and he played that old slow down basketball.
That
Bloomer Sullivan style of basketball that Southeastern played, that Hank Iva, Coach Iva played, and all that. Eddie Sutton, you see him is all that.
Absolutely. Eddie Sutton, shout out to him, man.
Played for Iowa, and I was watching them play basketball one time, and the warm up drills they were running were the same warm up drills we run in high school, because my coach John Ryan was a protege of at Southeastern, Bloomer Sullivan. Okay. And he was a protege of Mr. Iba, you know. So but I thought, and then Eddie Sutton's team was played under the coaches and out of that system, and they run the same warm ups that we run.
Still crazy thing.
I know. I was like,
that's crazy. And then like Dennis Rodman played at Southeastern. I still sometimes I'm like,
hey, my brother Mitch was there at Southeastern when he was playing there.
That's crazy.
And he's got the block record.
Dude, he's one of the greatest blockers.
Actually,
players.
Eric Babers broke it about 15 years ago. He won
with the Bulls. He won with the Pistons. I mean, he was on the Bad Boy Pistons.
Oh yeah.
Hey, when he was at Southeastern, he was a
player.
Phenom.
Oh yeah.
And Mitch was in college there, and the dude was unbelievable. He was Dennis Rodman, but he was in college in small school.
Absolutely. Oh, you got to finish that guy. We didn't get you another glass. We're moving on too fast for you. No, man. This has been such a good time, man. Again, thank you for having us up here. Really appreciate it.
Good. We still got to get to y'all's cabin tonight.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's all right. We got a little more time.
That's all right. I'll drive y'all down there. We'll get you down there.
Yeah, no worries. We're good.
Hey, I'll put y'all in a good, easy place to get y'all to. All right.
Thank you. No ice. What are
y'all driving? Are y'all in 4-wheel drives?
We got.
It's all-wheel drive.
Yeah. Good. That hill's belted off, but yeah. Otherwise, I could take you. I may take you out on the road and around. It's easier.
So here we're drinking a Buff Turkey 03, gifted by Tim Hughes. Shout out to Tim Hughes. Wonderful. Actually, a huge supporter. I mean, we owe him a lot. He's just a great guy, and I love hanging out with him. He's larger than life, and he loves sharing great whiskey with great people, and that's what we like to do. So something like we also share with you. We like to drink your great whiskey and talk about the pioneering and all the great stuff that you're doing, and appreciate everything that you contribute to Oklahoma and like community and trying to make Oklahoma whiskey great again. So no pun intended. But
well, I'm gonna tell you, there was a reason why back in the day, this area, they think all the moonshine that went out of here when they were making moonshine down here, and there was a lot of it went out, and it was unaged clear moonshine. But them old timers were setting some back for themselves.
Yeah,
and they were aging them. They were aging them over that. Hey.
They like the good stuff.
Really? When you can drink this, you just got to set a little back. Yeah, you can drink this versus that white dog.
I'm sure you do too as well.
I mean,
you make some good juice.
There's a reason why.
A little special
blue barrel back there.
Yeah.
That
would be awesome.
There's not.
You should do a blue label.
There's not a barrel back there that's special set aside or anything. I mean,
you should.
We got some barrels named from people that come in and stuff, and I've got some barrels that are probably. Not many, but they're over 8 years old, and people are like, "What are you gonna do with them?" Oh man, that bubblegum barrel is gone.
I know, but you gave us that bottle. We have it. I'm still hoarding it, man. Like we have it. It's not even opened yet. I'm saving that. That's like a bunker bottle for us.
Oh, dude, a bunker bottle,
dude, for real.
So it's like the end of the world, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my bubble gum.
End of the world's tomorrow. What are we drinking tonight?
Hochatown single barrel. Let's go.
Yeah, if you have a single barrel called bubble gum, people will flock for that.
Go back to
I don't even remember what the barrel number was on it.
I don't know. I have to
20 or something. It was 120.
Hey, that is one of the things we're starting to talk about. Some of the barrel releases that really kind of had each one. We're just going to put out some notes on it.
Yeah,
and because our staff here, I've trained them, or where that. Look, if you're going to be tasting them on a bottle when they buy the bottle, you want to make sure that they're buying that. You're giving them that bottle,
a quality product.
That's what their expectation is, and. If you give them another bottle that's a different flavor, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, it's not what their expectation is. So you want to give them what their expectation is. Because that's what they buy.
Look how dark your whiskey's getting now.
You know what?
It's getting darker. Look how dark this is. I
know. And
you're not putting anything in it.
4 years.
That's crazy.
That's 4 years.
That's nuts. Look how dark that is.
And the barrel proof is pretty.
Hey.
That's an amber color. That's beautiful.
That's the climate.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That pushing in and pushing out and doing all the things.
I would just notice that because we look at some of these, and again, take a drink.
And we don't even have thick bottles. You start looking at some of these bourbons that are light colored.
So brown.
They go thicker with the bottle,
yeah.
So they look darker. These are not even thick bottles.
Or like the Stag where they get the black labels to kind of. I think like Stag is dark, but I think that presentation is.
Just to be honest, man, I never cared for Stag.
I think it's good. I mean, I like Stag.
It's not bad by no means. It's just one of them things, though, that
it gets overhyped for sure.
What is it? What's Stag 110 or 114?
No, it's like 123, like 120 to 128, like range.
I had a Stag that was 134.
134.
What proof that I like, we don't have because I truly think it's a 7-8 year bourbon, that at least 8 year bourbon, 9 year bourbon, and maybe I'll get to see it in my lifetime. But to have a 9-year-old 110 proof.
Oh, okay.
Well, going back a little bit,
Beam makes that.
Yeah, they do. They do. And
I mean,
delicious.
that's what I call gold star status, is when you can produce 9-year-old bourbon.
Yeah, they're 9 years good.
9-year-old
makes a good old fashioned.
110 proof.
Oh yeah,
that's just such a great.
They're
bourbon.
doing the new like cast strength picks now that are getting up in 120s.
I know.
They're getting up there. Yeah.
I actually have the Knob Creek 21.
That's some good juice, man.
The bourbon drinkers have moved on from the rye. Nothing wrong with it. They've got over in the rye. They've played around. It's like we talked about tying stories back together. Remember we talked about rye earlier, and the new bourbon drinker likes a little more rye. Then they wind up over into rye.
Yep.
And you're messing around with ryes and the Sazeracs and some of that. But there's something that just happens that you move back over into the bourbon, the rye-based bourbons.
Because of the traditional bourbon flavors.
But then you start going after the high proofs.
Yeah,
all right.
100%.
So instead of moving over to a rye, because you're kind of searching for that next flavor of that rye gives you, that explosion on the back of your tongue, that peppery taste you get on the back of your tongue versus, say, like a wheated bourbon. And they're great. I love wheated bourbons, and the great ones are obviously great, but just that rye bourbon helps kind of pull it back. I always, and this is just me personally, but I always thought of the rye-based bourbons, and most people, when they say a rye-based bourbon, they jump over to a rye. They don't realize, high rye to me is 18% rye.
Yeah, 21 is a good one.
Yeah, 21. Believe it or not, we're a 10% rye in our mash bill. We're 10% rye.
Okay.
And look at all that flavor we get out of it.
And you're still Shagunshaw doing a rye. We need to get you. I'd love to see you do a rye.
Yeah, one of these days I might do something, but now it won't be anytime soon.
Like limited.
I'd really like to get back to the 8-year barrels he mentioned earlier, and everybody just kind of looked past it.
Man, I'm in such a dilemma right now because. Man, we're in the 250th anniversary of our country, and I want something really special to release.
Ooh,
that'd be really cool.
And I may do something like that. Do a small blend.
American release.
Do it.
That'd be great.
Because and I'll make it a reserve of some kind, and maybe honor
special reserve.
Maybe honor somebody with it, or something like that.
That'd be sick.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good at 4 years. I can't imagine what it tasted like at 8 years.
I've been we've been so pleasantly pleased because we didn't understand this aging cycle and climate that we have here, and we started getting early indications of it, But now that we're moving into some of our 7th and 8th year of aging, and I've got products that have been in over 4 years, a lot of it, and it's just been through it, and we're starting to see what the patterns are giving us, the weather patterns and the cycles that we get, or the extractions,
which are getting more extreme.
And it sure seems like it. But I also go back to days when there were years we had worse than this year. I swear, in 2000 we iced over here and power was out everywhere. In 2000 we got what Mississippi got.
Mm-hmm. Was it 2000 or 2001? I thought it was 2001.
No, some redundancy in our infrastructure.
I'll tell
not
you,
much, but
it was Christmas Day of 2000. It was December 25th of 2000 when it come through. When it come through, you guys were a little young, probably.
Yeah. I misunderstood you.
Oh yeah, we're 0.3, which is Garrett's favorite buff turkey. which is incredible.
What's the proof on this? You told me it was really high because it's not tasting
This one's
like
not
it.
higher. It's 119.6.
Oh, okay.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's just,
I had one in there that's
it's so
138,
good.
but it's not
So
this
do they tell you what bourbons it comes from, or will they just say this is
Most-
from a 15-year-old Kentucky
They're
bourbon?
pretty transparent. Like for
Well,
like,
I mean, it's one thing to be transparent, but there's also a lot of waivers that you have to sign and non-disclosures.
I don't feel like a lot of them they have to. So
they're being pretty open about it.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
they'll
from
tell you,
everything
oh,
I've
this is,
seen, they've been pretty open about it.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
like, oh, this one's a Green River distillate, or this one's a MGP, or this one this one's above Turkey.
Yeah,
They're pretty good about.
I love what they're doing because I've got a guy that I buy barrels from that I can get. I mean, you getting access to this and that and all that, and I need to. Y'all got the main guy there.
Yeah, Tim. He knows very well.
I need to remind me. I want to get
you,
and I want to get him with my guy out in Kentucky because my guy in Kentucky is pretty good.
Okay.
And I'm giving a resource up, but not really because there's such awesome people out there in Kentucky that those guys are. There's some interesting things. I've been really studying. Do y'all got time for this?
Yeah, we do. We're here for you, man. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say this or what or save it or I don't know, but this is just us talking here, and you watch what they do in Kentucky, and then you kind of I'm sitting here trying to figure out how am I going to get more bourbon made, how am I going to capitalize it, and how am I going to figure out all that stuff on it and everything. So, and I'm just kind of watching what's going on out there, and I got a friend out there that I buy some bourbon from, and when I got a question, he's always willing to listen, and answer it. And
that's great.
And he's in the bourbon hustle business in Kentucky. He was a banker and loaning money to finance barns and saw the industry and what it was doing, and got in the middle of it. And now he's part of a distillery, Bluegrass Distillers, and he's good person, good people. He's always willing to share what knowledge he has.
That's great.
But that's common in the bourbon community.
Great people.
Hey,
amazing people.
The bourbon community will always come together. It's really more. We're a guild here in Oklahoma. We have the Oklahoma Distillers Guild, and we're a guild, and we're kind of a little bit dysfunctional from that goes from organization wise and all that. But we are a guild, and we're a brotherhood, and we work with each other. And some of the other manufactured spirit, the wine people. Wine people are just kind of wine people, They're kind of off in their own little wine world, and that's cool. I like to go visit their world, and each one's different. But and the beer people are they're the beer people. It's interesting.
Well, you get beer people and craft beer people. They're two different.
Oh yeah, but some of the big names in bourbon have started shifting some of their portfolios into the beer distribution warehouses. So
I think it's
that's an issue going on right now. The whole distribution network within liquor industry in the nation and in Oklahoma is it's not even overproduction. It's just the whole nature of the distribution model is in a state of change right now, and so they're all trying to protect what they're doing and fight that and everything. So, the whole liquor industry in the United States is in a very transformational age, and well, just to show you, man, look what these guys are doing right here.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have done that in the '80s with bourbon?
No,
I highly doubt it.
No, not at all.
No, so. Texas has some good laws. They have some things that I think are restrictive, but they also have some things that I think are great.
Yeah.
Those are some things that we need to start looking at being able to do in Oklahoma.
Adopt,
I mean, it's tourism and it's competition.
Exactly.
We want to be on a we don't want arbitrary rules that really make no sense, that make us non-competitive.
They don't benefit anyone.
With any state that borders us, it's about our economic growth. It's about our tourism, and I'll just say this, being around Hochatown for 15 years or whatever, and just kind of whole part of the process of Hochatown, and we're a town of what are we? 4 wineries,
Girls Gone Wine,
two breweries. Yeah, Girls Gone Wild. They're pioneers.
They
Girls
are.
Gone
They
Wild.
sued Girls Gone Wild.
Yes.
They won.
Well, it's the Girls Gone Wild sued them and won.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
that's
the
right.
Girls Gone Wild defended it. And won. Yeah.
That's
so,
what I mean. So,
and they're,
sorry,
you know, all the girls, they're awesome people, and they're fun to work with.
Everyone I've met here is just like so down to earth and like just real.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had a good time today, man. I really did.
Yeah.
Shout out to Janine and Jimmy.
Jimmy and Janine.
And Janine, yeah. Shout out to them. I told them
high school friends.
High school sweethearts, man. Yeah.
Janine Carter.
Yeah.
Hochatown, Janine Carter.
Original. Yeah, we met both of them. They're really nice.
She had they were high school friends.
All those guys, man.
I tell you, being in a town like this it's one thing is I don't have to go visit the world like the friends and all because they eventually come through here and I get to see them. And it can be hard work because I'll have every time they roll in, you know, they're ready to like, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's Tuesday night, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, I'm tired.
I have a real life to
if I'm not careful, I could be going 2 or 3 nights a week at least, you know.
Dude, I lived on an island. I get it. I understand. Like it's like you live on a beautiful island and it's like tourists.
Yeah.
All tourists. Everybody there that you run into that's in your same culture or like country or like they're there to party and it's like, okay, well I gotta go to work in the morning. So
I tell our people around here all the time, I reiterate to them like, hey, I know it's a job, but it's really not a job because everybody here, it's their first experience here. We want to do everything we can to make have a good first impression and have a good first experience. And we work hard around here at Hochatown Distilling, you know, because if there's one thing that I was really proud that what we do here with what Rod does and what we do here is that we can bring a person in here that knows nothing about bourbon.
And you did today.
And you can go on a tour. And they can do the tour. And when they leave here, they're a bourbon expert.
Yeah.
I mean, they know enough that they understand what we're doing. They understand the craft. They understand the art. Now we just got to wait for the moment. And we get so many people talking about, I never really liked bourbon until I went on a tour and tasted bourbon and understood what bourbon was about. It's not throwing a shot down down your throat and letting it hit the back of your tongue and hoping, you know, just getting it swallowed. That's not what it's about. And we get a few people in here to have that experience before. More than a few.
So can we define that as an experience? Because that's what you've been trying to create.
Yeah, well, that's what it is when you come in here. You know, it's the
experience for people.
If you go and book online a tour with us, it's called the Hochatown Distilling Bourbon Experience.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so you can go to our HochatownDistilling.com website. You can go on to BrokenBowVacationCabins.com website and link into the distillery.
Yeah.
And you can book a tour with us. You know, book it online. I recommend if you're coming in here on the weekends that you get it booked.
Yeah.
And get a group. It
fills up here in the weekends
get
for
a group booked. And we, even if it's a big group, you know, or a special whatever, we'll create a spot and we'll do a special thing. We get a few people that they're in here at the Choctaw Landing, you know, for a convention or whatever, and they'll call us and, you know, they try to put together activities to do in the area. They may go out on the tiki boat, some of them, but the bourbon people in it are going to be like, let's go do a bourbon tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'd be surprised some of the groups that we get through here. And I get a chance to interact. And usually when we do a tour like that, Rod will do it, but I always get in there and meet with people and hang out and have a good time. And we wind up having a real good time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a fun group. And it's a good way to get in front of a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And let them know what's going on.
Well, we could literally talk probably for like 4 hours, and maybe we'll do that one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the final word. Anything, final thoughts and things that you got going on, or anything you want to get off your chest?
Well, 2026 is going to be a very pivotal year for Hochatown Distilling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're working on getting our larger still in.
That's a game changer.
Increasing capacity. Working through that. We've got some legislation that's going to be going through, so hopefully we can get some of that passed and work on that, which is it's going to create opportunities for Oklahoma tourism, just like you guys have brought back that experience of what they're doing, you know, with down in Texas.
Yeah, the blendery.
And So there's some things there that would make that. There's some barriers there right now for Oklahoma, but we're going to be working on getting those knocked down, and hopefully we can.
Absolutely.
It's political. It always gets that way. But at the end of the day, it's about Oklahoma tourism, and it's going to, we at Hochatown Distilling could be very selfish and kind of like, oh, we built a moat, man. You guys kind of do whatever. But that's not bourbon culture. Bourbon culture is we work with each other, we help each other, we're each other's biggest cheerleaders. Because all bourbon is one man's expression of what he thinks nature's perfection is. Right? And
that's a beautiful expression of that.
And you take what nature gives you and you work with it. And man's been doing that. It's one of the oldest professions known to us. When we got civilized
on life.
We got civilized on day 1, and day 2 we were drinking whiskey. All right, we were distilling spirits.
Whiskey,
We were distilling spirits. All right.
Yeah.
So
if you're producing butter and you've got a product of it, make butter.
Yes,
we're more butter.
We become civilized when we started producing fine spirits.
Yeah.
And
perishables versus a product that would hold its value and maintain it for
absolutely
a
oldest form of one of the oldest form of economics. It's how you preserved your corn.
America would not have lasted if it wasn't for whiskey.
I know we're rambling,
but sorry.
But go. Oh, hey, I'll tell you a good project that we're on this year. You'll like this.
Absolutely.
Right? So, out of Vermont, there's Lost Lantern Spirits, right? And so. They called us and said, "Hey, we're back a few years, back in the summer or whatever."
Yeah.
Adam Polinsky.
Okay.
And he said, "Hey, we're doing
Adam Polinsky.
We're doing Lost Lantern is they bring a lot of bourbons in and do special releases. So with what you guys like, y'all should pay attention to them. So they're doing a 250th anniversary celebration, 50 bourbons from 50 states." And Hochatown Distilling was one of the bourbons that they chose for the 50 states. So we're representing.
Who else are still
and we packaged a barrel and sent it to them, you know, and they had a bunch of barrels of others. And I told them, I said, guys, I don't. Adam actually called me and then come by here and we tasted and got to visit, you know. And I was like, man, I don't really have. For what it's worth to me is what I'm going to have to charge you, and I don't really feel good about that.
Yeah,
And he said, "No, man, do it." So we worked it out, and so we're getting to participate in that, and we've sent it to them and all that, and
they pay for it.
We've already received payment.
Nice.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
And they have sent us some previews of what the label's going to look like. And it's nice.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, we'll be able to get a bottle or two in here for us.
Yeah, absolutely. You better pull that string
for a commemorative thing. I'll buy, But what they're doing is really cool, and what they're doing is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But man, what an extraordinary effort that it takes to coordinate that. I mean,
100%.
50 barrels from 50 states. Think about the project.
I wonder what whiskey from Alaska tastes like. It's so cold there.
If I was thinking, I'm glad you brought that up because one of the new nuances in American whiskey in all this past year or so is that it's been accepted now. It was put in the registrar. It's went through all the cycles of the American single malt. All right.
Yeah.
So what is American single malt? For Bourbon Nerdz. Well, to me, it's Scotch. I mean, it's malted barley. It's a single malt.
It's a malted barley.
It's an American version of Scotch whiskey.
Yeah.
So if I was going to be making an American version of Scotch whiskey, I would probably want a cold, northern, wet climate because that's where Scotch ages.
Yeah, 100%.
To age it in.
Yeah.
And then you got to age it 15 years,
you got to age
18
it.
years.
Wow.
I mean, because that climate slows your aging process down. And you get, because they're aging in bourbon barrels. But that climate slows your process down so much that it just takes so long. Where bourbon, you can get out faster.
Unless I guess they have a warehouse where they're just like heating it constantly and keeping it.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I'm a firm believer that it just can't fool Mother Nature. It's just got to be in that barrel and that size and that climate and getting and it's your distilling, are you continuous distilling or are you pot stilling?
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in pot stilling. If I want to try and compete with the big boys, then I'll continuous still. But I'm not going to compete with them. I don't have the resources, the capital, or anything to do that. So we got to carve our own niche. And 100%. A pot distilled with bourbon can give you a great bourbon. You guys had one over in your. Let's just drink one more because I want to drink that Willett's pot still.
Oh,
it's the Willet, the Willett's that you had.
I got it. Absolutely, it's the Byron's pick.
I'll say, as much as I like Willett, they're very proud of their stuff there. I will say that.
They should be.
It's just so, like you said earlier, it's pricey for sure.
Have you seen how they make it?
I haven't.
You ever seen?
Visit.
Oh, go there.
We're gonna do a Kentucky trip in August.
They're actually right across the road from Heaven Hill.
Well, yeah, and so we're gonna do a Kentucky trip in August, and that was one of the places I really wanted to visit.
When you do Heaven Hill, you can do Willett's right there. Okay. And I thought Willett. To me, Willett's when I went through back in 19 or so. To me, Willett's was like if I could elevate us to anything, to a still and all, would be because they're pot stilling. You've seen the Willett's pot still.
Yeah, 100%. And you can tell.
I've got a bottle of that Willett's that I had signed by the master distiller that I gave to Mitch for his.
That's awesome.
For Christmas one year.
Wow.
Carrie probably has it now, but I would always. That was my thing for Mitch. Every year I would buy him a bottle of bourbon.
Purple Top?
Bourbon. I would find a bourbon. I would visit a distillery a good distillery
so
that had the, and I would get the bottle signed by the distiller, and then that would be the Christmas gift that I always gave him. We sign bottles around here all the time. Yeah. It's kind of feels weird. You already see friends' reactions when we're out like on the back porch and sitting there. We're hanging out, and it's somebody that's a friend of mine that maybe not been around for a while or something, and they've never seen it or anything, and then they'll bring a bottle back. And I always got a rule that I won't just sign a bottle and send it back. If I'm going to sign a bottle, I'm either going to walk in here and thank them and sign their bottle, or they're going to bring them out where we are. And then when I do that, I'll stop and introduce and, just spend a moment and get to know them and who they are and where they're from and thank them. And always make, I never sign a bottle or anything where I just send it out. I just won't do that. So, and then I'll be busy and they'll bring a bottle, and I'm like, dang it. Okay. And it always, that first initial reaction is, I don't have time for this. But when I go in and meet people and get to talk to them, I walk away and I'm like, I'm so glad I did that, because
I was a little breakaway from that.
It's about getting to know people and
building relationships.
And we bring them in this distillery here and this little bar that y'all are sitting at, our speakeasy. And one of my favorite things to do is on a Saturday is I'll come up here and just spend time up here. And I've got the staff trained pretty good. They'll come back and say, hey, you need to come back here, and I'll come back and there'll be some interesting something, about somebody that whatever. And
well, say you always have value to add to the conversation, and I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, well, thank you. We work hard around here it's not a job when you really love what you do and you get to come in and enjoy what you do every day.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, so. I'm hoping one day I love my job currently, but it has its ups and downs. But
you're a young man. You got kids at home. I heard on that phone call a while ago. I've been there. All right.
Shout out to my family.
I've been there.
I want to say this Purple Top. I am a super biased Purple Top lover, so I'm not the best one, but I enjoy this Purple Top. It's a Byron's pick. It's only 5 years. It's not one of the 10 or 11 or 12 years.
What's unique about
that special
that Willet is that they'll do a stripping run.
Yeah.
But they put all their product through a pot still.
Yeah.
They'll strip, but then they'll pot still. And when you do a pot still like that gives you the ability, not a continuous still, but a pot still. Yeah. Pot still's batch distillation. You're able to get those cuts, them tailings cuts, those heads cuts, and you can really customize those cuts to the point to where you're not needing that product to age in the barrel, so you can age out them tails that are left behind when you do continuous distillation.
Yeah.
You only, so if you do continuous distillation, you got to, that's where you're not cutting the batches. It's just continuously, you're feeding it and it's continuously going through a continuous still. You're going to, you don't get cuts on your products like you do on your pot stills. Your pot stills, you've got distillers there. Now some do manually, but at our pot still, and the one that I ordered, we're still going to do manual cuts on it.
Okay.
Just something about it. just something about doing a manual cut like that, because
like a little extra butter and garlic on the crust.
That's right. That's exactly.
Goes a long way.
I have great distillers. Tyler, Orrid, been with me. He was with us with Mitch, with Mark. He's the standard. He's awesome. He is a production distiller. All you got to do is just say, Tyler, here's what we need to do, and he'll do it day in and day out. And the process is the same every time, and he never misses a beat. Always has purpose in his step. He's awesome. He's a Navy corpsman, So I was Army medic. So when Tyler first come to work in our company, he actually started over in the tasting room as a bar back.
Really?
Yeah.
And now he's a distiller? That's crazy.
Yeah, he started over there as a bar back.
That's what dreams are made of, right?
Yeah, he started as a bar back. And then crazy. And then he come over into the cabin company, and then he went up over in the distillery. And he's just such a great worker and a good person.
Awesome.
He's a real joy to be around and have working.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you've got some amazing things going on. Whiskey continues to get better. So, but Blue, we really appreciate everything you do in the whiskey community. Again, we'll continue to support you. He's pioneering the laws, the changes that need to happen to make whiskey a much better position in Oklahoma. And we really appreciate everything you do. I know there's a lot of work that goes in, a lot of long nights and studying law and everything that you've done. And I just want to thank you for the bourbon community in Oklahoma. And we all need to appreciate what you're doing and support you. So thank you.
Well, thank y'all for coming in.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad we could work it so y'all could spend the night.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That was a good choice.
Good choice.
I think the
right choice.
Keep y'all over here in Hochatown because when this microphone goes off, the party don't stop.
That's fine.
Fully expect that. So.
That's for sure. But we always love it, man. We always feel like family up here, and we appreciate it. And you're part of our family and our bourbon community.
I love having y'all in, man. Through Rod, the connection with Rod, and all. It just feels good, and it's natural.
I agree.
And it's hard to turn it down when it feels right.
Yeah, Garrett, you got any last words?
I love this place. If you ever get a chance to come, even if you're like close there, like you're in Idabel, or you're a little far. How far are you guys from Tulsa?
Oh gosh, we're 2.5 hours, 3 hours. We're about 30 minutes closer from Tulsa than we are Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, you know what? We have people that in the fall.
Austin's only like 5.
In the fall, we have people that do a day run.
Yeah.
They will come down. They will drive down from Oklahoma City to Tulsa, come down here
2 hours for us
to hang out for an hour or two and buy bourbon,
it's worth it.
and then head back over to the
Oklahoma
mountains.
City.
100%.
We have some buddies in Tulsa. Down Paris, Texas. Kind of that triangle. Come to Hochatown Distillery. It's amazing. You feel like family coming here.
Rent a cabin.
Rent a cabin. This is a beautiful area. It's
gorgeous.
This is the place to rent a cabin and kind of hang out and enjoy the wilderness.
Yeah.
So,
well, we have 4,000 cabins in the area.
Only 4,000.
There is a lot. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely gotten more than it used to be, but you can still do a lot of really fun things. Like you can go kayaking, you can go fishing. There's a lot of really fun things. And you were talking about side-by-side stuff earlier, like the side-by-side and the scenery and all that stuff.
Check out Sipping Sunsets.
Well, Hochatown is a geographical oddity.
100%, yeah.
We're 3 hours from everywhere.
Well, and I also
3 hours from Tulsa, 3 hours from Oklahoma City, 4 hours or so, 3 hours from DFW,
2 hours.
3 hours from Little Rock.
I also think it helps that the Department of Forestry owns a lot of land around here, so maybe not everything will get developed. So there will still be a lot of beautiful areas.
That's what you have to have.
A big portion of our land around here is owned by the
loggers,
by the National Forest.
Yeah, National Forest,
and then Weyerhaeuser.
Yeah,
and so
and
you'll have Weyerhaeuser doing their logging and stuff on it. But there's a lot of National Forest around here. There's a lot of National Forest to the north of us. Southeast Oklahoma is in a extremely unique position that's beneficial for tourism, and this is, you got Oklahoma City tourism, yes, and that's coming in for the new convention center and the new downtown area and all that, which is awesome. That they're going to be doing
for sure,
and we hope to do some things down there through our, that's some of the laws that we want to do is going to make it so that Oklahoma Distillers could have a presence in the new sports entertainment district they're building down there. I'm not saying we are, but I'm just saying that We're going to get the laws conducive and right so that we can
just have the opportunity.
Yeah, that's it. We can. All I can do is set the opportunity, and because there would be nothing better than bringing tourism into the state for the convention centers and being able to go down into the entertainment district, and you've got maybe a few of the Oklahoma distilleries right there with products set up where you can try them and get a taste of that, and showcase our products to the world.
Yeah,
and that's what it can be. But we've got to work on some things to get some laws fixed for that.
Yep.
And these aren't draconian changes. They're just changes that need to happen so that we can allow the distilling industry to flourish.
Yep.
You know, we've modernized laws for beer. We've modernized laws for wine. We haven't modernized laws for spirits. And this is the time.
It's time to change.
We're going to be working on that. And amazingly enough, every time we modernized the wine, when we modernized the beer, we had to have constitutional changes, which required state votes. And the changes that we want to modernize Oklahoma spirits laws doesn't require a single constitutional item change. It's all statutory.
That's crazy.
And so that tells you that it's been put in there for reasons, and these reasons are not functional anymore, and they're holding back tourism. They're holding back tourism in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma tourism is a growth industry in Oklahoma.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's a priority. And our legislative leaders and our state leaders all talk about tourism as a priority. Because if we want to grow Oklahoma, we've got to get people here, and we get people here. We get them here through tourism, and they say, "Oh, okay, this is a pretty cool place.
This is a hot spot."
And we get them coming in here and trying it and seeing it, and they see what's going on in Oklahoma. Well, there's a lot of great things going on in Oklahoma right now.
So stop tying your hands behind your back and let you do what you're great at.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Pro Oklahoma is what we really need to do.
Absolutely, we are all about pro Oklahoma. This is nothing about. I mean, I could sit back and kind of enjoy the walls that we have already protecting us, but that's not right.
Yeah.
We're going to grow Oklahoma, and we're going to make it so that, hey, people like the Bourbon Nerdz can have their own blends out, and
our own blends, partnerships,
navigate the trail,
navigate the crazy world without getting taxed and having to distribute our liquor and buy it back out and all that bullshit that doesn't make sense.
You're in a great area, Durant.
Yeah.
You are in a great area.
Yeah,
I mean, to do something, you've got that Dallas market attention. Yeah. You're in a great area to do it.
But they're coming up there for the casino anyway.
Absolutely.
Create a bourbon experience.
It's that whole Southern Oklahoma opportunity that we talked about. You know, it's Southern Oklahoma is going to be getting the benefits of the growth that's going on in North Texas as a tourism destination, and. You know, we've got the casinos, we've got the forest, we've got the rivers, we got nature. And that's what they're wanting is nature. Yeah. And we've got nature. So good things are ahead, for all of us coming over, and I think that what y'all are looking at doing is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate that and all your support. So I think we're going to wrap it up, unfortunately, and we're going to definitely have you back on because there's so many topics.
January get together.
It's happening.
Oh well, we'll do it January.
Yeah, we're going to do that. This is just a common thing.
We may have our legs tail tucked. You know, we're going to this session, and it's going to be a crazy one. So.
Yeah. No, but it is what it is. We're all going to weather the storm and drink whiskey together, and we appreciate everything you're doing for the Oklahoma community. Absolutely. All right, well, that's going to conclude. I'm Cody.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm Blue.
And we are the Bourbon Nerdz. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's perfect, man.
Thanks for listening to The Bourbon Nerdz, a podcast hosted and executive produced by Garrett Welch and Cody Mills, edited by Ethan Adams, and featuring original music by Alex Pitts. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with your favorite drinking buddy. Follow us on social media for new episodes and updates. The Bourbon Nerdz podcast comes out every other week, and the guys are always releasing new videos on YouTube. Until next time, always remember to drink responsibly, know your limits, and never drink and drive. Cheers, nerds!